A lot of our clients are looking for jobs in regional Australia. So LinkedIn's a really cool tool in that you can search for, try and find the job title of the person that you want to report into. In this case, I'm just using a general one like IT manager, but you can put in, say, if it's an accounting manager or head of engineering, software engineering, or let's hypothetically say you're looking for mechanical engineering jobs in a regional part. So what you should do is have your mechanical engineering in people and look at your locations. So you may have a hit list where your migration agent should have said, try and get a job in the Gold Coast or in Darwin or in Newcastle. And so you're thinking, oh my God, how am I going to get a job in Newcastle? There's nothing on Seek. Okay, so just because there's no jobs being advertised on Seek, this is what you should do. So just through that, we've searched for mechanical engineer in Newcastle regional area or Bathurst or Shepparton. Okay, it's much harder, but this is the stuff you've got to do. So we can see the first guy here is Luke Smith. He's a mechanical engineer at IPS Australia. Okay, or we've got Ravi. He's a mechanic at Think Group in Waratah West. This guy would be awesome because he's the principal mechanical engineer at Oz & Co. QCC. Now, while it might be tempting just to hit this connect, don't do that. Open his profile. And so Paul will now get a notification that I've looked at his profile. Okay. Now you can't connect with anyone until your profile looks like, say, Manu's one or a good one. Because if you try, I can't remember the young man's name, the web developer gentleman, but if you try connecting with Paul and asking for a job and your profile is only 50% complete, he's gonna say, go away. So this is sort of what you need to do now with Paul. So he's a principal engineer at this company, Oz & Co. I've never heard of them, but let's have a quick look and see who they are. Resources and contact. Let's just double check it's the right one in Newcastle. It looks to be the right one. Okay, now this company is awesome because you can even contact the vice president if you want, but you're not going to do that. Paul's the man at the moment. So he's been there for 13 years. He knows what's going on. Even if, let's hypothetically say, let's say that you're moving from Melbourne to Newcastle, you're jobless. You can even ask Paul, hey, I'm prepared to come and work for 3 months, volunteer, okay, as a design engineer. Here's my portfolio. So guys, if you want to impress Paul and other similar managers, you have to show him how good you are. And you do that through portfolios, through your certificates, through your writing abilities, through the potential of picking up the phone. Okay. So now that you've found Paul, and there's lots of them, how many? 1,500 in Newcastle. If you want to get an internship or a job, guess what? You've got to contact at least, you've got to send 1,000 connection messages, guys. GHD are also there, big company. There's another guy there at the same company. So try both. Okay. Aaron Wright at Acor Consultants, another company. I didn't realize Newcastle had so many engineering companies. If a lot of you guys are from overseas, like my heritage is from Sri Lanka, I would feel more comfortable maybe sending a connection to someone who's from the same part of the world as me. I can tell by this guy's name that he's also got a Sri Lankan background. Okay, funnily enough, sometimes people from the same parts of the world will help each other. So again, what you should try and do is this. Lakshan is a mechanical engineer at Aspen. So what are we going to do? We'll leave Paul for the moment, but let's try. We'll try this guy. He's been there for 3 years. Okay, so he's proved his worth. Looks like he's doing some good projects. Now, what do you need to do? You need to hit connect. Add a note. Now, we've got 300 characters to send this gentleman a message. What do we send him? So here's what we're going to do, guys. High function. Just call yourself a mechanical engineer. Now here's where being a bit sneaky comes into place. So have a look at his current job. Okay, and let's pick up, guess what? Keywords. So steel structures, if you've studied steel structures, or if you know FEA, finite element analysis, this is very unique software, but that's cool. Handling machinery, materials, design checks. So there's no point you telling him in your connection message in sheet metal modeling and something like thermodynamics. It's not relevant. With skills in 1, 2, 3, pick the things that are in his profile, or here's another smart thing to do. Aspect engineering. What do these guys do? Now, you would actually add more detail when you email someone here, but we'll come to that in a sec. So you can probably find out their, sometimes they have services, bulk materials, asset, and infrastructure. Fine. So you can add some stuff into your connection message about what you're good at. Excuse me. Okay, now, I have recently relocated, or I'm moving to. Okay, now we'll have more characters here, I think. Still got 95 to play with. Okay, so a couple of things. Where did this guy study? So you've got to be a bit like a detective. Okay, so my point is this. You've got to come up with some custom messages like that. Okay, now we know that there's how many? 1,500, I think, mechanical engineers in Newcastle. You can apply the same to any regional area that your migration agent has advised you to try. Okay, so Mitsubishi Electric Cooling and Heating, Edmund McKee, good company. Another gentleman here, he's at John Holland. So John Holland's doing some work there. McEng at MHA Investments, interesting. So I think you get the picture as to what I'm doing. So if you're not doing this sort of stuff, guys, you're going to potentially miss out on some opportunities. Okay. The next thing you can do before I just hand over back to Langdon is go to the website. Look at about. Try and find some other people within the company, even more senior people. That is the about. What if we go to careers? It's a very good company. Okay, fantastic. They're actually recruiting for structural engineers. Perfect time to contact them. And there's an email there. Okay. Now, this is a great opportunity because if they're recruiting for engineers, it means they're busy. Perfect. See, by looking at this, now we know they are looking for students and graduates in Brisbane. Okay.
Awesome.
So, mechanical engineer student in Brisbane. So you can see these guys it's a good company to investigate. So I just did this randomly. You can tell this is not pre-made or done. This is me just doing what we do at Career Success. This is how we get opportunities for our clients. And it's a snowball effect. If you connect with someone really good at that company, and this happens to us, Paul may say, look, Naren, we may look at taking in a graduate, but not just now. However, boy, you should contact aspect, because they've just won a huge tender. Okay. So the point that I'm making here, guys, is you've got to do all of this stuff. Okay. The more that you're doing, you don't have to worry about Seek. You can bypass Seek and Indeed and go straight to the source.